This is the most precarious setup probably ever. I have one of two cables across my legs. That's for my microphone, which is just here because my phone audio isn't quite good enough. My ring light. Wait, is that my ring light? No, that's for my interface. Going into my laptop. Oh, my ring light isn't on. Girl, that's better. Okay. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mouse, and today I'm going to tell you all about my latest single, Skin, if you still haven't heard it. Again, why would you watch a behind the scenes video when you haven't even heard the thing, but whatever. You can find the link for Skin in the description, or I will also see if I can remember to pin it in a comment as well, because sometimes I say that and I actually don't. So I'm currently recording this video on release day. It has been out for about 13-14 hours at the moment, and it's been a really nice response. Some people have even said it's their favourite thing to come out from me yet. Skin was a really fun song to put together. I wrote it really quickly. I wrote it to a type beat on YouTube, which again is another writing tool I'll try and do if I'm feeling like I haven't written anything in ages, like I've got a serious case of writer's block. I will just go onto YouTube and type in an artist I like, and then type beat afterwards, and then I just riff. I just kind of like play it on loop. I might download it, stick it in Logic, and then play on loop and just write to it. And I wrote it, I wrote it, I want to say 2019. It's not new. It's not new at all. I feel like it's pretty obvious what it's about, but in case I need to spell it out for you, it is about when you see somebody and you think, oh my goodness, you are fit. I want a piece of that. So this song is really about the kind of messy stage that happens pre-relationship for some people, or it may not ever go anywhere near a relationship. But when you see somebody and you're like, yeah, they're a bit of me in Love Island speak. Tell me I'm not the only person. Tell me I'm not the only person that just randomly drops in little Love Island quotes. It's almost a skill. It's almost a skill. Some really key inspirations for this song, I mean, the whole of Born This Way, the album by Lady Gaga, in terms of production as well as the songwriting, that was really influential to me. In particular, songs like Sex Dreams, of course, that is one of my favourite Lady Gaga. I think that is my favourite Lady Gaga song, actually. I just love it. Art Pop is my favourite Gaga album yet. Wait, is that true? Yeah, it is true. It is true. Well, I was thinking it could be Art Pop, Born This Way, or Chromatica. Let me know what your favourite is. So Lady Gaga was hugely influential for me on this track, and also Christina Aguilera, which you might not hear quite so much. One of the first CDs I probably ever listened to, perhaps, was Stripped by Christina Aguilera. I think I was about 7 when that album came out, or something like that. I was very young enough to not really understand what the songs were about, but old enough to realise when they sounded so good. I'll explain a little bit more about that later on when I talk to you about the production, and about how even as a child I knew when a mix was good and I could feel it, but I didn't have the vocabulary to say that, which I think is really interesting. And I wonder if any other producers or artists out there also have the same thing, where you kind of listen to stuff as a kid and you're like, that just sounds brilliant, that just sounds so good. But you don't actually know why. So lyrically and melodically, this came really naturally to me. It kind of fell out, to be honest. All the best songs do. I heard one time, and I think this is kind of true, that songs are like farts. If you have to push it, it's probably So a lot of the songs on the EP came together really easily in terms of the recording. This was not one of them. This was so hard to record. It is really hard to sing. So I performed this once in an actual show. Can you believe it? This was the last show that I performed before lockdown. I think I even said in the show afterwards, I think I even said, who wrote that? Who wrote that? And why did they make it so damn hard to sing? It's really hard to sing because it uses pretty much my whole range, and it uses loads of different parts of my voice as well. Alright, let's take a look at the Skin project. You'll notice that at the top it's called My Demo. This is because I am quite a non-committal person when it comes to music and maybe other aspects of my life. I'll leave that one for other people to decide. One thing as well that I want to say about this one before we take a look into it is a lot of these samples are from, and loops as well actually, are from the Sophie sample pack, which is so bittersweet for me, of course, as it is for so many other Sophie fans. I really don't have the words to say, to be honest, how important I think she was for pop music and also music in general. So for the intro, we've got this up that's been bounced in place. It is just an arpeggio. I think it is a Serum preset once again. Yes, crushed pluck. And I just bounced it in place, and then have I? Yeah, there we are. I have automated a volume increase as well. So it starts off really quiet, like it's hardly there, and then as you know, you come into the song through the intro, you get this much louder up. Let's take a listen. And also, I just love this loop as well. I think this has been time stretched. I don't think this is how the loop actually sounds. From what I remember, this loop is actually, I think it's actually a lot faster than that, but I just time stretched it to fit over this 4-bar space here. And then I cut up another loop as well from the same pack. I just love how mechanical and industrial it sounded. I thought it was really cool. And this song doesn't really sound like anything else on the EP as well, which is really fun for me. It's a lot darker, and I really enjoyed playing with that. Let's take a look at verse 1. So we've got this melody here, which kind of foreshadows what I'm singing. Beat is really simple. Live viewers amongst you might see that the MIDI itself actually increases in length between the first 4 bars and the second 4 bars of the verse. So what that basically means is that here we get a really quick, it's like a quick transient, and then it's suddenly cut off. And here we got a, it kind of gives you a bit more time to appreciate the snare, because for me, a song is only as good as its snare. You heard it here first. As for the bass sounds, let's take a listen. So you'll see as well that the actual sound itself changes between those two parts of the verse. I think for this song to be really interesting, it was important, and pop music in general, I think it's important that something, even if it's tiny and not noticeable to the listener, changes every 4 bars, because it gives you something new to latch on, and you kind of want to keep going with the track and see where it ends up, because you just don't know. I love that sound. Yeah, so that's just adding more of a sub. And then of course, as you get into the latter part of the verse 1, you've got this more trebly sounding bass, which just fills out a totally different part of the frequency spectrum. And also what that means is it allows the sub bass frequencies to kind of drop out for a little bit. So when they come back in the pre-chorus, oh, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it in your chest. And while this is happening, we've also got a pre-chorus snare, and I think this is, yeah, nice. Go on. So that is very similarly to what I showed you in A&D, me changing the pitch of this snare. Going lower and lower and lower. And then we're increasing to this kind of pause, and then you get I wanna feel you, and then we're into the chorus, this big hit, which I think sounds really climactic. This is one of my favorite things that I did in this whole song, actually. I think that a lot of the production in this is really interesting to me, but this is one of my favorite things. So all I did was create a track of just noise. I'm gonna just stop this automating EQ just so you can hear what this is normally. So all I did there was create, this kind of white noise sound with the ESP, which is a Logic, just a stock VST, really simple, and that just kind of fills in any gaps in the frequency spectrum and then kind of glues it together a little bit more. And then what I did to create more movement, so it was even more exciting, I suppose, to listen to, was I automated the EQ. So watch this, and I'm not touching it. The automation actually looks like this, which looks pretty minging. Once again, though, I did not draw that in. That would have taken ages. Of course, I just used Latch and then pulled this around, basically. Really simple, but I think it adds so much. Let's take a listen. And for a slower rise, and falling in again, and anticipation grows as we get to the chorus. Up, 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 up. Yeah, these are kind of programmed into Serum, so let's take a listen to this one and what it sounds like. So this is what's happening with the actual wave itself. Not too many things happening here, just a delay and distortion. You can see the action here as well. The oscillators, just those. Yeah, that sounds so sick. The beat throughout this song, to be honest with you, is really simple. I think this is the simplest beat. Quite a chilling chord progression, isn't it? And then of course we have these arps, which I don't know why I didn't put them in a folder like these, where it's all nice and neat, but whatever. So the pre-chorus too is similar, but not quite. We have extra drums happening in the second pre-chorus. I don't really like copying and pasting production when it comes to, you know, pre-chorus to pre-chorus, chorus to chorus. I like to keep adding things. I like to keep the listener interested. I had the idea to add strings. In fact, this song has never not had strings. This song has never had a full third chorus. I just thought that was a bit predictable. So I actually originally did just use, I think, when I did make this, it was an EXS24, but after the update, I also started to get into Spitfire Labs, which is a fantastic tool if you are a producer with no budget, because it's free.
I heard you like magic, and I heard you're not very shy. I'll show you the future and what's going on inside my mind. I can tell you never seen this confidence, someone to challenge your dominance.
The next line, I actually rewrote this. I can't remember what it was before. Let me see if I can remember. This confidence, someone to challenge your dominance. Oh yeah, it was something really not crude, but something really like overtly sexual, and I just didn't really want to say it. It wasn't like, you know, something really like graphic or anything. It was just like something really fillery, like show me why they say you got the finesse and I'll give you a reason to get undressed, or something really it kind of makes me shudder. It makes me feel really sick. So I wanted to change it, and I much prefer what I've got here now.
Show me where they say you got the finesse, and I'll show you what it means to truly be blessed.
My favourite part vocally for the whole song is probably this pre-chorus. The harmonies are really dark sounding, and they're quite jarring. Some people might not enjoy this section vocally, but I personally think it sounds really cool.
Blessed.
This bit. I just love it. I just love it so much. Sounds so cool. Yeah, I think that's so fun. Again, I wanted to layer this up quite a bit. So I've got this low pitch, high pitch, low formant and high formant shifts into the chorus. So the idea with these, so this is me just putting the word skin into a automated voice generator and then downloading the sound. Because originally the track that I produced, in 2019, it didn't have anything there, and I just thought it sounded a bit, like it was something missing. Probably my second favourite part of the vocal of the whole song. It is this mad chorus part, as you can see I've written down there. So this was really fun to make because I just wanted to have this chorus sound really dirty, basically, and I didn't want it to sound particularly like poppy, I guess. I wanted it to sound messy. So without this, it just sounds, exactly the same. It's just a duplicate of the take I did in the lead vocal.
I wanna feel your skin.
So there's the dry. Nothing on it.
I wanna feel your skin.
EQ, compression, overdrive.
I wanna feel your.
And then the thing that really takes it to the next level is Fat FX, which is just a Logic stock.
I wanna feel your skin.
So this is what it's doing.
I wanna feel your skin.
Truthfully, I can't remember if I changed any of this. There is a preset here, so I clearly started with a preset. I think I might have changed a couple of things, like the distortion and the filter. I wanted it to sound really thick and really in your face, really unapologetic. The story with the Japanese countdown, it's quite interesting, to be honest, because as I'm going to go into in more detail in a later video, the visual journey for this EP was the hardest and most interesting for me, because I've never classed myself as a visual person, but of course I had to brand this EP and create a story and think about how, the imagery worked between songs and, between all the different pieces of artwork and stuff. I'm interested by Japanese culture, and I really like the art style, the anime art style. But I had an EP cover drawn up for me by, I think she was based in the Philippines actually, an artist over there, and it's this anime character who has a tail and mouse ears as well, but it's also me, and it's really cool. So I will show you, and then I'll explain in the other video why I didn't go for it. But at that point as well, I had lyric videos that were all anime, which I've decided I don't want to use, which was quite annoying. It was a bit of a waste of money and time getting those made, but that's the process. Sometimes I really believe that you need to see something and have it to realize it's not what you want to do, and it just didn't feel right. At that point, I was trying to tie in a lot of different ends. So of course we've got the classical piece here, which ties really nicely into the overture and the finale. Truthfully, it was really inspired by Pussycat Dolls' track Whatchamacallit. If you know, you know. It's an album track of Doll Domination. So that's why it's there. It's there because it was making a theme work at the time, but when it came to changing the artwork, I listened back to it and I thought it sounded cool.
Wanna fly south for the winter? I'll show you where it's hot. Cooking, we can leave it on a simmer, but one day you gotta take it out, but no.
I cannot describe to you how many times I recorded that verse too.
You can make me scream.
To be honest with you, there were takes I took better in terms of the diction and how I actually said the word, because when I say scream here, it's very scream. It's like scream, and that really gets on my nerves, to be honest with you. But that was the best take I had, and I didn't want to keep going with it because I was tired, and essentially it was fine. I was just being pedantic.
You can make me scream. take me to the unknown.
And then of course we've got this big high long note. I don't know why it makes me laugh, it just does. These harmonies are just supporting that note essentially. Let's hear what's going on. I mean, I love that run. Did I sing that run? No, I did not. I sung something kind of close to it, I guess, but I definitely picked, you know, the notes I wanted in Melodyne afterwards. Then a couple of years ago, I might have thought, oh my gosh, that's so cringe. That means I can't sing, or that means that I'm not capable of doing that live. That's just not true. I think it sounds really cool, a bit more mechanical. It's also at the moment currently my favourite thing to try and recreate in the shower. When I'm singing in the shower is to try and get this run right. And do you know what? It's actually a really nice challenge to have set myself. If you've enjoyed this video, please do not forget to give it a like, comment, let me know what you thought, and don't forget to press subscribe and hit that bell as well to make sure you don't miss out on anything at all. In the meantime, stream, like, share, create a TikTok dance to cover Skin. Do what you want with it. It's yours now. It is not mine anymore. Until my next video, I'll see you soon.